Hello and a very warm welcome. You're watching Times Now with me, Priya Behel. Today, the BJP has released its manifesto for 2024 elections. The focus is clearly on what Prime Minister calls the four castes. GYAN, that stands for Garib, Yuva, Annadata, the farmers, and Nari, the women part. As per the BJP, the promises made cater to every section of the society with a long-term vision for their growth and upliftment. But if there is one debate that is dominating the manifesto discourse, it is Congress leader Rahul Gandhi's Khata Khat formula to eradicate poverty versus BJP's long-term plans. Last week, remember, Rahul Gandhi had said that the Congress party will transfer 1 lakh rupees every year into the bank accounts of the poor, and that would in a Khata Khat manner end the poverty in a single stroke. This is also the promise that has been made by the Grand Old Party in its manifesto. Today, after unveiling Saffron Party's blueprint for a Viksit Bharat, Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed a mega rally in Madhya Pradesh's Hoshangabad and mocked Rahul Gandhi's solution. He called the claim laughable and said that it is nothing but a mockery of the poor. Here is how the showdown played out.
कांग्रेस के शाहजादे ने अभी घोषणा की, आप भी सुनकर के हंसोगे। उन्होंने घोषणा की, एक झटके में देश की गरीबी हटा दूंगा। अब बताओ भाई, हंसी आएगी कि नहीं आएगी? आप हैरान हो गए कि नहीं हो गए? ऐसे लोगों पर कोई भरोसा करेगा क्या? ये शाही जादूगर इतने बरसों तक कहां छुपा था? ये झटके वाला मंत्र लाए कहां से? मुझे बताइए, ये गरीबों की मजाक है कि नहीं है?
अगर आप गरीबी रेखा के नीचे हो, आपके बैंक अकाउंट में हर साल 1 लाख रुपया, 8,500 रुपया महीने का खटाखट 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 आता रहेगा। और एक झटके से हिंदुस्तान से हम गरीबी को मिटा देंगे।
So who is the voter going to vote for? Ek jhatke se solution or a roadmap for 2047? To answer that question, I'm now joined on the broadcast by Binay Singh, who is an author, and Khalikur Rahman of the Congress Party. Binay Singh, first of all, it looks like a very straightforward promise that Rahul Gandhi makes, that you vote us to power, we will transfer 8,500 rupees per month into accounts of the poor, and in one fell swoop, poverty will be eradicated. How does BJP counter that promise?
Look, one thing has changed into the political landscape in the last 10 years. That earlier election manifesto was something which was a scrap. Parties used to make commitments and they openly, celebrate that, okay, these commitments are just commitments and don't take it very seriously. But after Narendra Modi came into power, election manifesto become a very serious affair. And I will tell you, BJP is the first party and the only party, I think, in this country which tracks its election manifesto, not only the central elections manifesto, but even the state election manifesto. So BJP is the only party. So when, Rahul Gandhi is making promises, he's still in hangover of the old practice. That there is nothing serious about it. If I am not, able to fulfill my promise, then don't feel bad. You take it as a tinge of, with a tinge of humor. But again, the BJP, came into power, people are serious and parties are serious. So don't make commitments, don't make announcements, don't put those issues in the election manifesto which you are not able to fulfill. And as far as Congress is concerned, Congress has no right to talk about poor and poverty, because you see the recent poverty in the country, that is what Congress is responsible for. They ruled this country for 60 years without having a clear vision or without having a compassion for the poor. So they were only compassionate about their own family and a few of their courtiers. So when we talk about Garibi, when BJP talk about Garibi, its approach is different. And when Rahul Gandhi talks about Garibi, his approach is very myopic, and that is just limited.
But what makes you think that it is myopic?
Purpose.
What makes you think that it is myopic? The opposition, the critics might find it humorous, but how can we doubt the sincerity of such a serious issue that has been raised by Rahul Gandhi?
No, it is not humorous. In fact, it is humorous. So why I am saying, because Congress has a history of that. They have a long history of that. They have ruled this country for majority of the period, for nearly 6 decades. And all the time, from Nehruji to Indira Gandhi to Rajiv Gandhi to Rahul Gandhi, they are still talking about eradication of poverty and welfare of marginalized and welfare of poor, which they have failed. They had a chance when they came into power, long back. But their approach to the issues related to poor is very superficial. They are not serious about that. And when I say this, they have a history. And look at their style of governance.
Khata Khat Remark, why some people find it difficult to trust these promises is because it just seems superficial and financially unviable. How many poor people are there in India right now? How many families will you give 1 lakh rupees per year to, and where will you fund this from?
See, when there is a will, there is a way. And first of all, I want to tell you that not the people who are finding it difficult to trust. It is only the BJP who is like the jumlas of our Honorable Prime Minister, the 15 lakhs rupees. The people of the country are still waiting for the 15 lakh rupees.
No, let's not make it a debate that has happened 50,000 times earlier. Let's talk about the promise. You speak in the latest Congress manifesto, Congress speaks of uplifting 22 crore poor people above the poverty line. 1 lakh rupees per... Have they done the maths? Let's start with that. Have they done the maths?
Absolutely. See,
how much does it cost?
Whatever our leader Rahul Gandhi has said, it is only after the exercise, thorough exercise and a very extensive exercise what we have done, and after that only we have released our manifesto.
Sir, it doesn't look like a very thorough exercise, because I'm sure you would have seen a member of the manifesto making committee fumbling over his numbers.
No, it's not like that. See, what's happening
have
today,
you done the math? Do you know how much is this going to cost?
Let me tell you, you are not letting me speak, ma'am. You are trying to interrupt me in between. So how would I be able to complete my point? Because you have given the complete time to my co-panelist, and when it comes to me, you are trying to heckle me. That's not right. If you want me to speak, then you should allow me to speak. Otherwise, there is no point in calling me to your channel and then letting be just a silent spectator or just listen to the BJP spokesperson and then do.
Please make your point, sir.
See, so that's the reason I'll be really grateful to you if you let me speak. See, today the main, the problem in the country is the unemployment, is the poverty, and the BJP has been into power for the last 10 years. What has the BJP done to address these issues? So now, in Karnataka, we have in fact given the 6 guarantees, and we very successfully, we are implementing that. And in Telangana, we have announced the 6 guarantees again, and those 6 guarantees are being implemented as per the schedule what we have mentioned. And likewise, that the immediate issue which needs to be addressed in the country is that the poverty and the employment, which in fact the Congress is very serious, and Congress is focused on that. And Congress, in fact, resolves to address those issues. And when you're talking about the financial implications of that, in fact, when there is a will, there is a way. And
sir, that will could not find the way when it came to old pension scheme. That will couldn't find its way in Karnataka, where several promises were made, and there was a huge struggle. There is a huge struggle in fulfilling them. No. See, it's not. You cannot call it a struggle. It is the initial
teething problem was there, which has been resolved, and now the schemes are in operation in a full-fledged manner. So you cannot just simply say that, because once you take over the government, you take over the government with a baggage actually, and now the debt, Modi ji has having today, and when tomorrow after June 4th, when the new government will be taking over, that government will be taking over the baggage of the BJP of the last 10 years, actually. So you have to understand that. And keeping that, when we are promising that, then you have to understand and appreciate our sincerity in fulfilling our promises and what we have shown to the people of the country in Karnataka and in Telangana. So it is not just that it is another jumla of our Honorable Prime Minister of 15 lakhs rupees, which our countrymen are.
It's very interesting, Mr. Khata Khat Remark, that you talk of historical baggage, because if I could put out some figures in front of our viewers, and this is a survey that was done by the State Bank of India, which said that poverty is at a decade low. And when they compare rural poverty, urban poverty, and as per the revised poverty lines as well, if you could see the data on your screens, I'm not too sure if you can, in 2011-2012, the rural poverty was at 25.7%. In 2022-2023, which is after 10 years of Modi dispensation coming to power, it was down to 7.2%. When it comes to urban poverty, in 2011-2012, it was 13.7%. In 2022-2023, it came down to 4.6%. And this data continues so on and so forth. But that is what the Prime Minister is today asking. If Rahul Gandhi comes out and promises a Khata Khat solution and a Jhata Jhat mantra, where was this magic wand when UPA government was in power?
UPA, in fact, if you have seen, the India has made the maximum progress during the UPA government, UPA 1 and UPA 2, even though we had a government of the alliance. And in spite of that, we have, in fact, done exceedingly well. And today, whatever our Honorable Prime Minister is talking about his achievements, they are nothing but the result of the policies and the working of the UPA government, what our Honorable Prime Minister is talking about. And today you see whatever, the infrastructure projects and whatever the financial growth in the country, that is all because of the UPA. And unfortunately, because today, our Honorable Prime Minister and the BJP government has supported the capitalists in the country, and because of which the poor is becoming more poorer. So the party's main intention is to benefit the poor. How our Honorable Prime Minister has benefited the capitalists in the country.
But how? Benefit the poor how? So I just went through the Congress's manifesto, sir, and there are no specifics that you have mentioned by the way of improving the quality of the poor. It says we'll establish an authority to monitor the distribution of government land to the poor. There'll be residential schools. How many residential schools? Where will they be? What will be the funding? No idea. We've already spoken about 1 lakh per year to every poor family. Again, the economics of that clearly has not been worked out, while the politics sounds very lucrative. Urban employment program guaranteeing work for urban poor. How many jobs will be generated? By when will it be generated? How will they be generated? Will lift 22 crore people below the poverty line in the next, above the poverty line in the next 10 years. 10% reservation in jobs and educational institutions for EWS. They sound very good on paper. But what is the feasibility of this? How is the Congress going to do this? The manifesto is silent.
The manifesto is not silent on that, because whatever is being said, there is a plan, there is a roadmap, and which will be implemented, and through which the 22 crore people would be raised above the poverty line. And then you're talking about the establishment of the residential schools there. We will definitely establish that, because you know how we have done in Manrega. When Prime Minister took over, Prime Minister in fact criticized Manrega, but later on he himself started appreciating that, and he's continuing that. So the economic policies of our the Congress party and the UPA government before, and now the India alliance and the India bloc, which in fact we are very confident on June 4th to take over. Then you will be seeing all these things being implemented very smoothly, without making a fanfare and without making a propaganda. This is nothing. This is not a propaganda. What we are talking, we mean it actually.
Binay Singh, there is no need to distrust. There is no reason to distrust.
There's no reason to distress. Absolutely.
Yes.
So look, there is no formula in this whole world to Khata Khat and Phata Phat eliminate poverty. This is a jumla. When you say that about jumla, this is a real jumla. There is no formula like that. Look, what is the difference between the BJP manifesto and the Congress manifesto? That if BJP says that they will, make the orbit bigger and include even senior citizens in the Ayushman Bharat Yojana, that is because we have practiced the implementation of Ayushman Bharat Yojana successfully to a certain section of the society. That's why we are, making the orbit a bit bigger. So it is not Khata Khat and Phata Phat. That is a continuous process. And if without process, if you say something, without any scientific reasoning, you say something, that will be a jumla, that will be a lie. And people are fed up of lie. People are fed up of lie.
Ambitions can easily be conflated with jumlas, but so long as it becomes a reality, who knows what can be delivered, what can be achieved. The key question right now is, what will the voters believe in a long-term vision for 2047 or Congress's instant solution for poverty eradication? Thank you, gentlemen, for joining me. We take a very quick break, but on the other side, do not go anywhere because we get you first images of shooters who opened fire at Salman Khan's house in Mumbai.